Carl, we're laughing at.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, there we go. No, don't worry about it. Could we have a roll call, please, for Dale? Thank you.
Mr. Olszewski,
Here.
Mr. Lemak,
Here.
Mrs. Ling,
Present.
Mr. McKenna, Mr. Diakopoulos, Mr. Dice,
Here.
Mr. Stepanovich,
Here.
Mayor Sinan.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Mr. Nestico, do we have any unlisted amendments this evening?
I do have one item that I would ask council to consider. I can pull it over to the screen here, but it would be in conjunction with item 15D. This would be item 15E, a motion to approve the release of the escrow being held by the school for site work for the Sloan School. You'll see on the agenda, item 15D is for the traffic study. But I didn't believe that I had the correct information to list this as an agenda item. It turned out that the school did send this information to me timely, and so I'd ask council to consider that this evening. If you do not want to add this item to the agenda, we could always consider it again in April. It is not time sensitive, but it just seemed like it would make sense to include it along with the other items. So that would be the item, and I can bring it up as we get later in the agenda if council would like to consider that.
I guess my question would be, do we have any concerns about the sunshine law? Or do we think we're okay to just add it, Wes?
I think we're okay, yes.
Okay, if we think we're okay to just add it, I would say, why don't we make a motion to add that as 15E? Is that in our packets?
I did create a briefing, but it was not in your packet because everything kind of came together today, well, yesterday into today. The packets were already printed. So again, if you'd like, I can have the item pulled back up to the screen there so you could see what the motion would look like. And again, that can be added or it can wait until April.
Oh, council, what do you think, everyone, before I call for a motion? Yay, nay?
Add it.
Just add it?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say if you bring it back up to the screen, maybe after we're done with 15D, we can then make a motion to both add it to the agenda and then make a motion immediately to pass it and just be done.
Okay, we could do that.
Okay. That brings us to our consent calendar items. Any questions or concerns about the consent calendar items?
No.
Hearing none, can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve consent calendar items A through C.
Second.
Thank you, Jamie and Jason. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion passes. It's unanimous. That brings us to comments by the mayor. And I'm gonna
I have just a few items here. Let me pull up the PowerPoint. I apologize. The AARP Tax Prep Services, appointments are required in advance. The phone number is listed there, 374-8176. If there is no answer, please leave a message. No walk-up service will be accepted. There are 2 dates left, March 28th and April 11th, and they take place at the Murraysville Community Center on Carson Avenue. The next item is for ages 2 to 5, the studio mini dance classes. They are on Tuesdays from March 11th through April 15th. The first session from 9:30 to 10:15 is for the younger age group. The 10:15 to 11 a.m. session is for ages 4 to 5. This is also at the community center. There's a fee of $108 for this class. Third item is Murraysville Cleanup Week will be the week of April 7th through April 12th. Pleasant Valley Landfill, Murraysville residents are encouraged to take items to the landfill on Pleasant Valley Road. The dates for the landfill are April 1 through April 11th during the hours of 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then Saturday, April 12th, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Permit passes are available at the reception desk here at the municipal building. The next item is the Joey Gombosh Fishing Derby at Townsend Park. That'll take place on Saturday, April 5th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's for children up to age 15. Another item is the License to Carry event on this Thursday, March 20th, from noon to 7 p.m. The County Sheriff's Office will have a satellite license center here at the Murraysville Municipal Building on Sardis Road. Again, Thursday the 20th from 12 p.m., from noon to 7 p.m. Applicants must bring a completed application, their updated PA driver's license or a photo ID card, and $20 cash, or a check made to the Sheriff James Albert. Concealed permits will not be printed at the satellite location. You will receive your gun permit in the mail 5 to 10 business days from the day it was approved. And then lastly, we have a Murraysville Community Library event, Get to Know Your Library. Join us for the annual joint meeting of the Murraysville Library and the Library Foundation. This takes place on Thursday, April 10th at 7 p.m. here at the Community Library on Sardis Road. We can welcome our new director, Kat Neidig. There will be light food and drinks provided. You'll be able to ask questions and mingle with the library's supporters in a family-friendly environment that is open to the public. That is all for the mayor's report for this evening.
Any chief administrator?
Just one item, just to bring council up to speed. The Duff Park restrooms are moving along. That project is moving along. They poured the concrete there for the restrooms today, or I think maybe yesterday, and then they kind of moved on to a few other areas in the community with the excess concrete that they had. But they continue to work on that project, and they're trying to get that wrapped up here in the springtime. So just an update there. And other than that, there will be 2 items that will be set for a public hearing at next month's council meeting. One is for Verizon cell tower, and the other is for the Mr. Handyman business on Route 22 relating to their parking lot. So those will be public hearings at the first April meeting next month. And that's all for this evening.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That brings us to community input. Verdale, you don't have to get up. Is there anyone who would like to come up and give community input?
There's a third one.
Okay. We will then just continue. Let's start with our liaison comments and committee reports. Jason, do you want to go first?
Thanks. The library actually meets on Thursday, so the next meeting I'll have a report.
Awesome. Carl?
Medic 1 meets on this Thursday, and the Murraysville Parks and Recreation Foundation, the meeting is going to be on a Monday, but it's undecided as to what particular day.
Okay. Jamie?
The last planning meeting was Tuesday, March 11th. There was a public hearing for a communications tower at 4900 Lasher Court, a conditional use application in the RR residential zoning. It was discussed that the entire height of the tower, including the lightning rod, will be within the 125 feet height limitation. And a motion was made to move this to council, which Michael just talked about. There was a question as to whether land development applied to this, however, at the meeting. There was also a discussion for Summerhill Phase 2, a 64-lot residential development on 22.8 acres. No planning modules have been submitted yet, and a new full-blown traffic study needs to be performed. The land development plan is complete, however. There also was a discussion for the Mr. Handyman at 5608 William Penn Highway, a conditional use application for a parking lot. Other than containing the principal use in the B business zoning, and a motion is made to also move this to council after much discussion. So the next meeting is Tuesday, April 8th for Planning Commission.
Okay, Matt?
And for the EAC, next meeting is next Tuesday, March 25th.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And FTMSA as well meets this Thursday at 6 p.m. With that, we will move on. It doesn't look like we have any workshop items this evening, so that brings us straight to our action items. Could I have a motion for 13A, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve renewal of the property, the casualty and the automobile insurance coverages with MRM and the public officials and police professional liability with Greenwich Insurance in the total amount of $169,456 for the period April 1st, 2025 to March 31st, 2026.
Second the motion?
Thank you, Jason and Carl. MRM has been doing this for as long as I've been here, and also I believe it even says in our briefing that, Michael, you got some kind of quotes and still felt MRM was by far the best.
That's right. Well, we did reach out for quotes, not only for the property, automobile, and general liability policy, but also the public officials insurance and the police professional liability coverage. And with MRM, it only went up 1.84% compared to last year, which is a pretty good, a pretty reasonable rate increase. We did reach out to other providers. Some of those were Travelers, Selective, Cincinnati, but nobody really could meet MRM. Not to mention, just as an added bonus, we did receive a dividend this year of $17,800 from MRM for the 2024 policy year, so for last year. So MRM continues to do well for us. I think in the coming month or so, we'll also see a dividend coming back from our workers' comp policy that we also have with MRM. So yes, all indications are that MRM is the best option for the municipality at this time. And the same applies to the public officials, the excess public officials in the police professional policies. They all went up by very modest amounts, and when we priced it out, they were still the best option for the municipality.
And I'll
Just a brief question. Phonetically, it's Greenwich. Is it sometimes called Greenwich?
I believe it is Greenwich, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I think it depends upon what country you're sitting in when you ask.
Makes sense. Okay. Any questions or concerns from anyone? Yep. I can even say one of the things I really like about MRM is with that dividend, they're actually rewarding their clients that are doing a good job and not putting in a lot of claims. So you can even ask the mayor. There was a time where we had a lot of police workers' comp, so we hardly got any dividend. So it is just something that I think is cool or good. It rewards you for doing a good job as a municipality. So they definitely do the best job there is in the municipal and school market, at least. So questions, concerns from anyone? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. 13A is unanimous. Can I have a motion for 13B, please?
Motion to approve the 2025 cost of living COLA adjustment in the amount of 3% for eligible retired members of the Uniform Pension Plan.
Second.
Thank you, Jamie and Matt. Michael, pretty self-explanatory, but
That's correct. Yes, we approve this annually based on the collective bargaining agreement. The COLA is determined by Mockenhop based on the National Urban Cost of Living Index. So this is an item that staff recommends council approval based on the CBA agreement that is in place.
okay, pretty perfunctory, but any questions or concerns? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 13B is unanimous. Thank you, everyone. That brings us to 15A under engineering. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve ordinance number 1099-25, an ordinance granting an electric line right-of-way and easement to West Penn Power across municipal land known as Duff Park for installation of a utility pole and underground electrical conduit.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Carl and Matt. Michael?
Yes, this item, in conjunction with the other two, are all three ordinances that we advertised since the last meeting. This particular ordinance, as detailed in the motion, is for West Penn Power to be able to install a pole on municipal property near Duff Park. As I mentioned earlier in the meeting, the new restroom facility that will be installed there will need power, so this right-of-way will allow them to put the pole in, and we can drop a line, electric power over to the park there to be able to put in security cameras and other electrical features. So that is what this item is, and staff recommends approval of the ordinance.
Okay. Questions or concerns about the West Penn Power easement? All right. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 15A is unanimous. Thank you, everyone. That brings us to 15B. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve ordinance number 1100-25, FTMSA easement at tax map number 49-10-13-0-035.
Second.
Second.
Let's go Matt and Jason. Michael?
Yes, this item and the next one are both FTMSA easements for the installation of a lateral sewer line for the Haymaker Run Interceptor project. Again, this is a project we've talked about a number of times in this room. We've had the public come and voice frustration with some of the sewage issues in that area, so this will help to rectify that. I will point out that as the solicitor was reviewing this item, we learned that there is one additional tax map number in which the municipality has property in that area. Small little area of land, a small little right-of-way will be needed for that area also. So I would expect to see that at the first April meeting, another ordinance advertising a right-of-way. And again, it's all in conjunction with the same project, this item as well as 15C, and then one that's upcoming. And once we get all those in place and execute all the documents, that will allow FTMSA to be able to move their project forward. So these items are both necessary to assist the community with some of the sewage issues along that area of land.
Okay. Any questions about 15B? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. 15B is unanimous as well. Thank you, everyone. Can I have a motion for 15C?
Motion to approve ordinance number 1101-25, FTMSA easement at tax map number 49-10-13-0-140.
Second?
Thank you, Jamie and Carl. Pretty much the same as the last one. Michael, anything to add?
Nothing further to add. It is the same as the last item, just a different area of land.
Council, any final questions or concerns about this easement? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 15C is also unanimous. That brings us to 15D. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve the release of the escrow being held to ensure completion of the post-occupancy traffic study as required by the developers agreement with the Franklin Regional School District dated July 3rd, 2019.
Second.
Thank you, Jamie and Matt. Michael?
Yes, this item is relating to the school project across the street. The school district had to conduct a post-occupancy traffic study that was prepared by Trans Associates Engineering in December of '23. The study did conclude that no traffic improvements were required outside of the school site. There were some on-site traffic improvements that related to the queuing of vehicles. The school was able to address those, and they have changed the way that they are queuing the cars in the parking lot. We did have the police department, as most of the community is aware that travels in this area when school is letting out or beginning. There are some difficulties with traffic in the area, undoubtedly, but over the years we have gotten calls. The police have responded and monitored the situation. As recently as the last few weeks, we've sent police over there while the school is dismissing and also while school is beginning session. And there are some minor traffic issues, but most of it clears up within a few minutes. So we did have them sit out there weekly and observe the situation just to be certain that we had some eyes on the situation as well. Again, we're gonna lean heavily in this case on the traffic study that was conducted. Obviously, it was a consultant that the municipality selected. And so all of that said, the developers agreement did require the school district to post financial security in the amount of $2.3 million. And they are requesting the release of these funds now that the study has been conducted, that they did address some of the queuing issues, and that no other off-site improvements are requested. And so I believe at this time it probably is warranted, being that the project has been completed for some time. So that is in conjunction with the item that may be in consideration next. Staff does recommend the release of these funds that are being held and have been held for some time to ensure satisfactory completion of the project.
Okay, council, questions, concerns, thoughts? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 15D is unanimous. Michael, can you put the proposed 15E up on the screen?
Yes, I have the agenda here, if the camera staff would be willing to put it up there. It is listed here under item 15E, so I'd ask that council consider making this motion.
Yeah, so as odd as it would seem, I would say first, somebody should make a motion to add that 15E to the agenda. We vote to add it to the agenda, and then we'll vote to approve it. So if someone could just make the initial motion to add 15.
I would move that we add item E on the agenda.
Second.
Okay, so there's been a motion to add 15E as it appears up on the screen. Any questions or concerns? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, now 15E is on the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve 15E?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the release of the escrow being held to ensure completion of the Sloan School site work as required by the escrow agreement with the Franklin Regional School District dated August 5th, 2019.
Second.
Let's go Jason and Matt. So now 15E is a motion that's on the floor. Any questions or concerns about 15E?
Council would like, I can provide a
Yeah, brief
summary as
overview.
well.
Sure.
Again, this is similar to the last item. The escrow that's being held here is for completion of the Sloan School site work. It's been held pursuant to an escrow agreement that is dated August 5th, 2019, between Murraysville and the school district. The site work was estimated to be in the amount of around $5.6 million. Murraysville requires developers to post 110% of that estimate. So the escrow agreement called for financial security in the amount of $6.2 million plus dollars. On February 3rd of 2021, Murraysville did release $4.2 million plus of those the funds being held, and so the remaining amount, which is a total of $1.949 million, is still being held in escrow. So the school has completed all of the site work, as we're aware. I mean, the project has been completed for some time, and so they are asking that municipality release these funds. We've looked into it, and everything seems to be satisfactory with this item, just as it was with the last one. So it would be advisable to release the remaining funds being held in escrow. And again, that's the amount of $1.9 million.
Okay, council, that's certainly a lot of money I've sitting in escrow. Any thoughts, questions, concerns about releasing the account?
I guess just the thought is that, is the school district a little bit slow in requesting this?
No, I think that, I can't speak to what occurred after 2021. I think there was still some remaining work that was left to be done. That's obviously why the $1.9 million was held. I'm not quite sure of the timeline on when that work was completed. But I think that if I understand correctly, and I kind of came in towards the end of this project, they were waiting to ask for everything in conjunction with the completion of the traffic study, which was conducted in December of 23, but we only recently received the results after they compiled that study. So I think that they were kind of just waiting for that to be completed. I'm sure some of the site work did relate to parking lots and traffic, and had some impact on traffic. So I think once the traffic study was completed and ready, then they asked for everything to be returned at that point.
Okay, makes sense. Final questions or concerns from anyone? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 15E is unanimous as well. That brings us to 16A. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion to advertise bids for various road materials, signs, and line painting.
Second the motion?
Thank you, Jamie and Carl.
Through May of 26. It's an annual item that the municipality does. And Export Borough, through the cooperative purchasing agreement. We'll also be able to piggyback on our contracts. SALT is contracted through CoStars for 25 through 26. So this is just for road materials, signs, and line painting. Again, an item that we conduct annually in the springtime to allow our public works to secure all the necessary supplies for the year.
Okay. Again, this is just the advertisement, but any questions or concerns? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 16A is unanimous. Any old or new business from anyone?
Just one item with respect to old business. I spoke with Derek Gennaro at Medic. One item that I thought was interesting was this, is that as far as in an emergency, someone calling 911 and then Medic One it happens to be in their territory, most people's health insurance there'll be a flat fee for covering the cost of the Medic One picking up the individual and taking them to the healthcare facility. But some insurance companies also cover the ride back, and others don't. And when they don't, then Medic One has to bill them, which is, I wouldn't say problematic, but it can be, because sometimes it's difficult because people are not aware of it. So my comment would just be, in general, I learned something there, meaning your ambulance ride to the hospital is covered, and is it covered coming back? Well, it depends on your insurance. That's it.
Well, all the more reason to join.
Well,
I think Carl's point was that it was out of district.
it's really an issue of the health company.
Yeah.
I mean, the health insurance that you have.
Yeah, but
Becomes
if you,
problematic for Medic One. It can be, if it's not covered, then they have to bill for it.
Yeah.
right, but if you subscribe to the subscription, isn't that,
Yeah, no,
All
right, no,
included,
you
right?
do get, 50% of your copay covered by Medic One, correct.
but I think your point was that those people were out of district. You said if they were out of the area and somebody called, right?
No,
No?
no.
I thought that's what you had said originally. Okay.
No, if I haven't been clear, it's just that, it's an issue that whomever's health insurance, okay, you're covered for the emergency a set amount. Half of that, when you're a member of Medic One, it gets covered. Some insurance companies, not Medic One, some insurance companies also cover a trip back. Some don't. And that was just something I wasn't aware of, and that's it.
Okay. Awesome.
Wow. Okay. We do have an executive session tonight to discuss litigation matters, I believe. Yeah. Possible litigation. There will be no action coming out of that, so could I please have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Jamie and Matt. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.